Plus, I want to see if they're going to come back and redo it. So kindly, the graffiti gorilla. In the 9 years that thing's been up, no one's ever tagged it. You might as well just get out of the graffiti movement and start doing that. I would go out night and day and paint down every piece of graffiti you have. I mean, I've talked to lots of artists, lots of them. I give them my business card. I tell them if they come through my neighborhood, I paint this stuff down. You know, it's not the personal, it's just business. So, you know, some people aren't going to like what I do. I don't really care. I'm not a vigilante, I'm vigilant. There's a big difference.
Confrontation is his middle name. It's not a lot. He's cleaned up all the graffiti and gotten rid of a lot of the crime. We like Joe. Joe's a good guy.
When I started down here, these houses were $189,000. That guy right there is selling his house for $1.4 million. There's a kid that's writing up here. He's trafficking to school this way. He's only doing graffiti this way, and he hit all these stop signs around here, everything around here, just a little with a grease pencil. Here he is right here, see? So see, now he's got some skills, because see, now it's darker. See, his old stuff was faded. So see, I would take a picture of this, because I'm going to go to school and ask all the kids who BLT is. And I know it ain't bacon, lettuce, and tomato. So, and then they'll tell me who it is, and then I'll go to his parents' house and have a little chat with him. And then that'll be it for him in my neighborhood.
You get a kid, and you bust him in his school for graffiti, and you think you got him in trouble. When in actuality, what you just did was made him a hero amongst his peers. Now he's big time. Now he's hardcore. You add validity to him. Anti-graffiti, my friend, no tolerance. And look who they gave it to. Nubian Madman, No Mercy, 9mm, Nymphomaniac. Those are the things that I made up. Now the other things that I heard, no money, no muscles, all that stuff. This is Philly, and we quit to hack a cat.
North Philadelphia is no cakewalk.
Philadelphia graffiti is basically a hybrid of graffiti tagging.
Here, the tagging form is actually the most important.
When I say hand styles, that's what we call tagging. And I believe that's just the script style that everybody does. When you come to Philly, you realize that you can evolve that even more. We have maybe 8 or 9 different varieties of tagging styles that everybody basically has to learn.
I've never seen anywhere else in this country or around the world where people will write their name from the ground to as far as they can reach and not being a piece or a throw up, but just being a tag.
This was kind of plain, so I would be like, just to add a little bit more depth to it. Plus, I want to confuse people. I don't want everybody to always read what I'm doing. So that's basically how we're getting down in Philly.
We have letters that stand up and letters that lay down.
Now that's N, M, with the crown naturally.
Letters that are so complicated that they mirror a heart.
You can see the center is real tight, but the top is faded, the bottom is faded. And that's, you know, an up and down fade. Then I come down with a smiley face, a little weed in the mouth, a little crown. That's my name backwards. Quotation mark. No emphasis. And I hear y'all. All right, and that's my name, NM, with a little script and a little wicked all mixed in together.
See, that's a wicked right there. That's my man, Bait. We just trying to fill these books up. This is like around the time when we were still connecting with people. We were still hanging out with different artists. I grew up in a very diverse area. Germantown has the best of both worlds. It's not too far from a pretty nice neighborhood, but you know, you can still buy crack. We kind of early on realized that experiences themselves could be our mentors. So I didn't necessarily need to I didn't feel like I needed a father figure. You know, I used to run track and play ball and all that. But I didn't care for that though, you know what I mean? I couldn't shine hard enough. I thought my name was so cool, you know. I wanted to blast the whole place with this NM tag, you know, and I thought that everybody was going to love it. At first, they hated it. And I got to admit, I had a sloppy hand. I didn't have that kind of control at first, but what I did have was a passion to bomb. You know, a thorough graffiti writer that ran the city. That's what I wanted to do, you know what I mean? I was living it. I would go out, boost, come back home, hide my paint. Moms would try and keep tight tabs on me. I'd try and slip out. I see she found my paint. Where my paint at, Mom? You know what I mean? She'd be like, what paint?
He got in trouble with the law, and I had to go get him out of jail for graffiti writing, and then I was just totally upset. And I didn't associate it at that time with that little boy of 7 and 8 who said he wanted to copyright his cartoon characters. What I appreciated was that he had a passion for it, that it wasn't going to go away, that he was going to continue to find opportunities to paint. But it was also during that period of time when a lot of things were happening to young people in some of these neighborhoods, and I was afraid. I was afraid for my son.
She would ask me, don't write on anything in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like in her mind, she'd just be like, just don't make me see it on a day-to-day basis. Because at one point I went bananas. I had destroyed just about everything because I had a bus route that ran by my house. I had to let people know that was my route, and it come through my hood. This is my route. Ain't nobody bombing nothing around here like I'm bombing it. You take a bus route, a Charlie route, subway line, and that's your route. You route from the beginning to the end. And it can't just be tags. It's got to be throw-ups. You got to do straight letters. And yeah, you got to drop pieces. You got to show them you can take them to that level. These kids are coming out and they do throw-ups everywhere. I'm the king. Throw-up king. I'm like, that's just one part of the game. You know what I mean? That's like saying I'm the best baseball player in the world, but you can't hit. All you can do is pitch. You're not the best baseball player. You might be the best pitcher, but you ain't the best baseball player.
Sometimes we used to keep a dummy paper, like saying we had permission from the owner in case the cops came. Or if we didn't have that, we used to tell them, like, do you honestly think we'd be out here in the daytime unless we had permission?
You could go down the strip and see a rally. NM. You go around the block, I might have a burner. And now you look up on the rooftop, you see a straight line. I didn't just bomb it with cans. I scratched the windows with rocks, took markers to the mailbox, the signs, stickers, whatever it took. MPH, North Philly Hustler. I bombed that whole neighborhood.
That ain't the only body out here, trust me.
I find it amazing how many kids follow the art of Saber and his friends and all the other kids, but to hear the stories that they don't even know who he is. Some kids think he's a little Hispanic kid, and others think he's a black kid. Some kids think he's a short white kid. Some kids think he's, 16, and others think he's old.
I've heard that I was dead many times. Graffiti's all about gossip. Hi, sweetie.
This myth. It follows him, but it's a very two-dimensional character of who he is.
He's infamous, if you will. He's got a larger-than-life persona as far as his graffiti accomplishment.